Welcome to Might in Motion, where we help you navigate your personal and professional goals to manifest them into your deserved career and life path. Here at Might in Motion, we don't make excuses, we do the work and go above and beyond. The Might in Motion podcast brings you guests that will help stretch you out of your comfort zone and push you to improve your goals. Like, comment, and share. This is Might in Motion. Welcome to Moments with Marianna. In these episodes, we dive a little bit further into the 4 pillars of Might in Motion. Those 4 pillars are motivation, momentum, mindfulness, and might. We like to think about those as being the 4 legs of a chair. As long as they're all 4 equal, your chair is pretty stable. When you start finding that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them start to not be as invested in, the chair gets wobbly. If you take out 1 completely, you can still sit and you can still have a seat at the table, but it may not be as stable as it was before. And as soon as you get down to 2 or even just 1 left, you're more than likely going to topple. So in these episodes, we dive a little bit deeper. And the goal is for you to be able to work and develop on all 4 of these pillars so that you can have success in your professional and personal goals, that you have a stable seat at the table because you've built a solid and firm foundation, leveraging these 4 pillars. So in today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about mindfulness. And what does that really mean? When you think about mindfulness, it's how your brain is processing information and how do you find that inner peace? What do you do every day to focus your mind? So for me, there's a few things that I do. I try to take about 15 minutes every morning. I do a special neck stretch, and while I'm doing that, I listen to a meditation. This allows me to have uninterrupted time to start my day in a very peaceful place. Your mind is the source of way more power than you can even begin to imagine. When you begin to focus on your goals and take time to meditate on them, you have the opportunity to really manifest the outcome. When you visualize having the successes that you desire, your mind actually begins to believe that you've already achieved those goals. What you're doing through that visualization process is you're basically reprogramming every cell in your body so that every part of you is creating that energy flow towards your goal and actually allowing it to happen. You still have to do the work. You can't just, sit there or lay there and think about it over and over and over again without actually taking forward steps. But what you're doing by starting to focus your mind on those positive goals, you start minimizing the negative thoughts that you have. There's a really cool book that I love. It's by Joe Dispenza, and it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This was something that I read in 2022, and I took the time to really do the meditations that are in the book and leveraging that to break what was really just bad mental habits that I had, where every day I was focusing on the negative and reliving negative events that had happened in my life over and over again. Your body doesn't know that you aren't actually living through that negative experience. So as I was reliving negative conversations or arguments or disappointments, I was pushing out room in my life for positive change. I was pushing out room in my life for good things to happen. And instead, I was compounding on the negative. And so those negative things would begin to happen again. So by leveraging the tools in that book that Joe Dispenza lays out, I was able to really break, once again, that habit. So I could replace what was fear, negativity, anger with openness, thoughtfulness, purposefulness. I became more mindful about what was happening to me, the things that I can control, which allowed me to have a greater control of how I was coming into situations with others, how I was connecting with others, how I was able to potentially bring positivity to someone else. And then the cycle repeats. But instead of it being a negative cycle going down the drain, it became a positive cycle, a positive force and flow. So a few thoughts to challenge you on. Number one, if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend you read it. And I highly recommend you do take the time to do the exercises in it. It was a game changer for me. Number two, try to take time. No, that's the wrong word. Take the time. Don't try, do. Carve out time for you to take 5 to 15 minutes every day over the next week to just be, to meditate. There's so many apps out there. You can go to YouTube and do Om meditations, whatever suits you, so that you have that 5 to 15 minutes to really be mindful, thoughtful, and in your own space, in your own mindset, so that you can start shedding the negative, creating space for that positive energy that's going to in turn allow you to start making positive changes in your life towards those goals that you have. In the comments, please drop me a note, drop a DM. I'd love to know your thoughts on mindfulness. What's worked for you personally that maybe might resonate with someone else? Because what worked for me doesn't necessarily mean that it works for everyone. So I'd love to know your thoughts on ways that you have taken time to become more mindful in your life and what positivity that helped drive in your life. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day. Thank you for tuning into Might in Motion. If you learned something about motivation, momentum, mindfulness, or might, please like, comment, and share. Thank you.